Hello and welcome to the Engerati studio at European Utility Week 2016. My name is Ade, and today I'm joined by Sharelynn Moore, Vice President, Corporate Marketing and Public Affairs at Itron. Sharelynn, how are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you doing?
I'm not too bad myself. It's been a really buzzing event, lots of insights. There were people on pedestals yesterday as well, really exciting stuff. There's a lot of activity at the Itron stand. How has it been for you so far at the event? What are some of the key takeaways you're seeing?
It's been really great. We've had a lot of customers coming through, potential new customers. We've been able to showcase advancements in some of our core technologies around smart metering, smart grid networking, as well as some new analytic or outcome-based solutions, and we're getting a lot of interest. So it's been busy, it's been steady, and really we're having a great time.
It's really exciting stuff there. Analytics, smart metering, outcome-based services. I probably need to ask you a question on that later on, but to sort of set the scene, what are some of the challenges and opportunities that the European utility market is facing right now?
Well, I think we have tremendous opportunity as we look at the EU 2020 and rolling out smart metering across the board. The opportunity of what this means for the utilities, the DSOs, and for consumers ultimately, and being able to deliver electricity, gas more efficiently, more reliably, and then start thinking about new services for customers. It's a great opportunity. On the challenges front, we need to start thinking about new technologies in the realm of IoT and regulators that think about how we can incent utilities to get extended capabilities beyond the meter and be able to afford some of those extended technologies that actually have a strong business case and can even do more to equip and enable the end consumers.
It's quite interesting that you say, you mentioned the opportunity there around analytics, the potential at the grid edge, the IoT. These things all kind of anchor around digitization, and it's a very topical subject at the moment. What's Itron's vision of a digitized grid?
Well, I think our vision of the digitized grid is one that we call an active grid. Traditionally, we thought of smart metering as being able to connect things, so really bringing the internet for the first time to our digital grid assets, being able to actually connect them in closer to real time over a network. When we think about an active grid and real digitization and distributed intelligence, it's now not just the power of the internet, but the power of Internet of Things, and not only bringing information back over these devices, but making devices smarter, so things can actually be decided upon, acted upon, solved in near real time versus just bringing data back over a network. So this active grid is one where the devices themselves, these grid assets, become smarter and solve their own problems.
Okay, so that's a very lofty vision. I can see it in my head.
But the technology is here.
Okay, but what is the reality? What are we looking at? Are there any utilities moving in that direction today?
We have a lot of utilities really quite interested. And in reality, we also need to recognize that just the integration of bringing, even with interoperability and the standards that we're driving, these projects are complex. And rolling out multi-year smart meters are a multi-year undertaking, and the planning up front and the utilities that do a really good job of that are extraordinarily successful. So at Itron, we're mindful that while we're innovating and providing that future technology and a path to that, we're thinking about how that fits into smart metering today and these programs today, and the path to these extended communications and capabilities tomorrow.
Okay, well let's flip the question here and look at the drivers for digital transformation, right?
Yes.
You mentioned points like the customers and the services, but then technologies like smart meters and the distributed energy systems. What's the real drivers? What does that space look like? What is actually driving utilities towards digital transformation?
Well, I think what it really does is it puts the utilities in the driver's seat of being able to do more than just provide a utility, is really be able to provide a really efficient utility, run their operations better, or as I like to say, do what they do better. But it also provides new extended capabilities around demand planning, around providing consumers more options, that the more capabilities that you're able to offer, that the potential really is limitless as far as maybe new programs, new market models, new ways to incent consumers to use electricity or gas in different times or in different ways. I really think that it opens up new possibilities to ensure that we balance supply and demand over the long haul and really create the most efficient utilities we can, which ultimately is all about lowering cost of our electricity and our gas.
Okay, well, let's talk about some of the projects you've been involved in recently in Europe.
Yes.
You've been doing a lot of work in France. I believe it's with ENEDIS and the Linky Project.
Yes.
Could you tell us a bit more about that? And it's reaching scale now, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. To date, for ENEDIS, we've already delivered more than 1.5 million smart meters. We've just been awarded and have just announced that they've also extended a second phase order to us for another 4.6 million smart meters. So it's happening, and we're really, planning these rollouts, and it's starting to really pick up its pace. And we really credit the partnership with ENEDIS in being able to really think about this program so that they're in a position now to drive even a faster schedule. So I think they're a great model of success.
Oh, wow. And in terms of wider news and other projects and products you're working on, there is the TLM, Transformer Load Management.
Yes.
Did I get it right?
Yeah, yes, you did. That's really Itron's solution, and we mentioned briefly, providing outcome-based solutions. And this is a service and an analytic we offer to be able to look at your transformers and predict loads and be able to help with predictive maintenance and be able to fix what we need to fix on the grid when we need to fix it or replace it. And so it's another way that allows the utility just to be more efficient and be able to plan better and spend their money better, which ultimately is money in all our pocketbook.
Oh, wow. So would you say that then you're working here on a holistic full suite of solutions for the utilities end-to-end needs?
We really are, particularly as it relates to this distribution, delivery, and the use of electricity, gas, and water. That's our sweet spot. Itron was really founded on how can we automate the meter reading process and the systems that it takes to figure that process out. And it's really founded in, how can we help the utility automate? How can we help the utility run more efficiently and effectively help provide a more efficient delivery mechanism of utilities, of electricity, gas, and water. That's our business.
Okay, so just before we end things off, what stage is this product, the TLM, Transformer Load Management product, what stage of product deployment is it in Europe?
Well, we really have made more traction in faster, rapid deployments in Africa, where there's much more of a need to manage these transformer assets and be able to do that. So we're really starting to engage customers now and looking at pilots here in Europe. So we're really taking a proven solution that we've got a little bit more deployment so far in Africa and bringing it to Europe. So that was something we were excited to talk to customers about here at European Utility Week.
Oh, well, thanks. I think that's a brilliant place for us to bring this interview to a close. So thank you very much, Sharelynn.
Thank you. Always a pleasure.